Hello, it's me, Alex. Today I have the alternative girl tag, which I am doing as a part of my 31 Days of Halloween series. I was going to do the Darkling tag, but I don't know if I quite fit into that, as I do genuinely love colors. Like, I consider myself a goth, but I'm also just like really into sweet and cute stuff, so I don't know how that works. I don't know if I'm truly a goth, but I definitely fit into the alternative umbrella. I have all of the questions up here on my phone, so let's just get started. Describe your style. I feel as though I definitely fit into like the punk end of goth. Like, I wear a lot of band t-shirts and skinny jeans. I wear a lot of dark colors, but I also don't limit myself to dark colors. I have a couple of like floral dresses that I like dressing up with, like a leather jacket or things like that, or also I just have clothes that aren't as goth but they're cute and I can wear them to work. Like, I like polka dots. But I feel as though on an everyday basis, if I were in a position where I didn't have to like fit into a dress code for a job or for anything like that, I would definitely just kind of wear punk clothes. I really like the pastel goth aesthetic, but I feel as though that takes like so much more time and effort than I even have in my life. Like, it's on my Pinterest, it's aspirational, but definitely not what I fall into. How did you start wearing different clothes, hair, piercings, etc.? So I've always really liked kind of like the dark alternative style. Like, I was always very much into rock music and, well, kind of the Disney rock part when I was a kid, because like my parents wouldn't let me get into like some of the real stuff until basically I hit high school and I bought a Green Day album, and then my life changed for the better. But even before that, I was always into, like, you know, on the Disney shows where there was always the best friend who was considered like the bad influence and was kind of like, she wore a lot of eyeliner, like leather jackets with a lot of buttons on them. Like, that was what I aspired to look like when I was a kid, even from like a very, very young age. And so kind of as I got older, and especially kind of, well, when I was in high school, I couldn't do all of that much stuff as far as like hair, piercings, tattoos goes, because I was in choir and we all had to have like very neutral looks going on, so I couldn't do any unnatural hair colors, or if I could, it was only for the summer. And so I kind of just did as much as I could there, where I really just kind of like did Adam Lambert makeup and wore black band tees of like Fall Out Boy and Green Day, and I usually wore like either black jeans or colorful skinny jeans and combat boots. And then once I hit college, I kind of started dyeing my hair more. I just invested in my first ever actual pair of Doc Martens last year, and then I got some piercings and tattoos, and it's just gotten better from there. And the thing I love about being a grown-up, I use that term very lightly, is the fact that I get to choose my own appearance, and I also am very blessed to be in an environment where people are very accepting of that. Like, I have a front-facing position right now. I'm working at a library at the front desk as a supervisor, but nobody cares the fact that I have bright teal, greeny blue hair and piercings. Like, I toned down my makeup a bit for work and I try and dress up a bit. I like that I can go from like this to that and it's no big deal. Do your parents accept your style? They do. I think it kind of took a little bit, because I remember when my mom would pick out my stuff as a kid, there was a lot of like bright colors and stripy leggings and things like that, that is like, okay, these are cute but not for me. But I was like really little then, and you know, at the age of like 7, you're really not picking out a lot of your own stuff anyway. For a bit, like, my parents were never unaccepting of me because of my appearance. I know my mom didn't care much for tattoos for a while, but then actually after I got my first tattoo, and she actually wants to get matching tattoos now, which I think is really cool. And my dad's always been chill with it and everything. I know that this is definitely not a look that he would go for personally, but he was really into rock music back in the day. Like, he got me into The Who, and he loves Fall Out Boy and Green Day. Yeah, it's not a thing that my parents ever minded, because my parents are very open-minded people. Have you ever suffered bullying for being different? Basically from like 7th grade on, I started new school and I was bullied, and I had like short hair at the time, and I wasn't allowed to wear makeup just then, so I got a lot of bullying for kind of like having short hair and not fitting into stereotypical gender norms. And I was also kind of like the socially awkward know-it-all in school too, very Hermione Granger-ish, but I was also very much a fangirl. I loved like fangirling over bands and music, and I got made fun of a lot for that. And it kind of got better-ish once I hit high school, because by then I had found like a really good friend group. I was doing theater and I found a bunch of people who I really got along with. That also was around the time that I was able to like learn how to do makeup on myself, which was kind of weird in that that made me more socially acceptable. At the very least, all of the popular girls would compliment me on my makeup even if they didn't really like me as a person. So I did face some bullying, but it definitely gets better. Like, it got better once I got to college because people don't care. What was the most outrageous look you ever had? I don't know about outrageous, but I'll see if I can put a picture right up here because I think it was pretty fabulous. I remember when I first went into 9th grade, I wanted to do a little something fun for back to school for getting into high school, and I had like some money to do something to my hair at a salon, and I was so excited. But what I did was I dyed my hair black. First of all, my hairstyle then was very like 2008 Adam Lambert, bangs over the eye, and like spiky up in the back, and like way too much hairspray right on the ends from using a straightener, all of that stuff, right? So I had dyed black hair but with bleach blonde bangs. And I realized that I had like no idea how to actually style my hair then or anything like that. But I thought that was pretty cool at the time. And it's definitely probably one of my more outrageous looks, at least for at the time. Looking back on it, I still really like it. Do you have or have had any tattoos or piercings? No, those are for heathens. I'm kidding. Obviously, I have my 2 angel bites, and I also have my ears pierced twice. I don't have any earrings in right now because I'm just really bad at remembering to put in my earrings. I have 3 tattoos. I have this one on my wrist, which is the Nordic rune for healing. I got that after I was battling with depression for a really long time, and this is a healing tattoo. I have this cross on my arm because even though I look like this, I do love Jesus. I don't know why I feel the need to put that out there, but my favorite tattoo is on my shoulder right there. It is a tube of lipstick that says "Put on your war paint." I got it specifically so that it would look like F-Bomb from Urban Decay. The words are from Phoenix by Fall Out Boy. What would you say to people who are suffering or being judged for the way they look right now? It sucks. I recognize that this, like, looking like this is definitely a choice. Like, you choose to dye your hair, you choose to get piercings, you choose to do your makeup a certain way, all of that. But I do think it's like really judgmental and other people are really rude, and I don't know what to say other than it sucks, because even though it's generally because the fact that the people who are bullying you have some sort of insecurity about being themselves, that doesn't necessarily make it better, and that definitely doesn't make it okay. And hopefully the world one day will get to a place where you won't be judged for that, because I know, like, even now, like, I'll get random comments like, oh, men don't like women with piercings or something like that, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gay. Actually, you know, that still doesn't make those comments any less unnecessary, but it does definitely get better once you get out of high school, because once you're able to find your people and find your friends, then you're going to be in a really good place, and you will find your friends. You are going to find people who love you and who aren't going to judge you, even if they don't necessarily look like you. And I'll put that out there too, is when you get older, also don't judge other people because of how they look, because sometimes even the people who you might not have hung out with in middle school or high school, like somebody who looks like one of the people in the cliques who might have made fun of you back then, they can also be really cool people too. And so just keep an open mind to people. It's not going to be like this forever. People of any appearance or style or anything can be really nice. Be nice to the world, and you will find people who will be nice to you too. Alright y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. If you would like to do this video, I tag you, so go out and do it and tell me if you do it so that I can watch your video. And anyway, I will see you on my next one. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye!